Welcome back to the vlog. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Today is Wednesday. I am doing a full day of eating. I love watching these videos because it often is a source of inspiration for me on what to make to eat. I don't know about you, but I find myself constantly in this, sorry, the lighting is going in and out. The sun is moving in and out of the clouds, but I'm constantly in this like cycle of I don't know what to eat. And I like just get fixated on the same like 4 meals every single week. So thought I would share with you some of my current favorites, what I've been eating lately. I'm also on a calorie deficit. I have been in a deficit for the last few months, just trying to get myself back to a weight that is healthy for my body. But I will tell you, I have found a way to eat in a way that leaves me feeling satiated every single meal, not wanting to snack, feeling healthy, lots of energy, sleeping great. Just overall, I think I've found what works for me, and it's a mixture of a lot of things. So it kind of started heavily with like an animal-based diet. We really cut out almost all processed foods, cut out gluten, cut out seed oils, all of those things. It was almost immediate. I probably lost like 5 pounds in inflammation. And then as we continued on that, I just continued to see more and more progress. So we started introducing some additional like whole food items, or if they are processed food, that it's limited ingredients we can name, doesn't have crazy chemicals, and still feeling really great while we eat that way. So I thought I would share with you what it is that I eat throughout the day that aligns to that. I haven't cut out any specific food groups. I still eat carbs. I just don't eat pasta. I don't eat bread. I have found, I don't know that I have like a gluten intolerance, but I definitely have a sensitivity to it. And I've tried the like gluten-free breads, gluten-free mixes, and they still make me feel like shit. It's just not worth it. It's not worth finding like a replacement that's non-gluten. It's worth finding food that is just naturally gluten-free. And that's what I found the satisfaction in. So I'll kind of take you along with me. As you saw, I made my coffee this morning. I do just use the Chobani creamer. Technically that has sugar in it, and that's not really something I enjoy, but I have to have something to look forward to every morning, and so be it. That is my coffee. It is now time for me. I think it's almost 11 o'clock. So I'm going to make a protein iced coffee. I showed this on my TikTok, and it's one of my current obsessions. And if you're interested, I will link the protein powder I use below. I think it is the key ingredient to making your protein iced coffee not taste like protein. I might have an unpopular opinion, but I absolutely hate the flavor of like vanilla protein. It's just disgusting. So I found one that is delicious, and I'll show you how I make it. And then I eat in a little bit different way. I do intermittent fasting, not intentionally. I just naturally am not super hungry when I wake up in the morning. And then my schedule just never really allowed for me to eat at like 5 or 6 p.m. because I used to work a job that I wasn't getting home from work until like 6 or 7 p.m. And then I needed time to like decompress. And by then it was like 8 o'clock. So then I'd start dinner and we'd eat at like 8:30, 9 o'clock. And I wouldn't go to bed until like 10 or 10:30 because I started work later. So that kind of eating pattern is what me and my husband fell into years ago. And that's just kind of how we've eaten for a long time. And I typically do like a 10-hour eating window and a 14-hour fasting window. That's typically what works for me. Anyways, I'm blabbering on. Let me show you this delicious protein iced coffee. If I haven't said so already, please make sure you're subscribed. I love having you here. I'm trying out some different like vlog styles, seeing what works. But anyways, I need to stop yapping, make my protein iced coffee, and get back to work. Okay, so I'm gonna start by making my coffee. I think I'm actually gonna do a double espresso. Get a little crazy. This is the Dolce double espresso dulce. So I'm gonna make that real quick. I like to use these mason jars. These are technically Classico, like pasta sauce, and I just save them and peel the labels off. But I like for them for my iced coffee because it has measurement lines. 8 ounces is the serving size of milk I'm gonna use. So it makes it really easy for me to track my macros. Since I am in a calorie deficit, I do track my macros. I do like to use like reduced fat things because you may not realize it, but like fats add up so quickly throughout the day, especially if you're like eating avocado or cheese or red meat. And those are things that I love. So I don't want to give them up. So I did switch to this Fairlife. I think I'm on 65 grams of fat. So this Fairlife milk is 6 carbs, 0 fat, and 13 grams of protein for 1 cup, which is again 8 ounces. So I'm just going to pour my 8 ounces into my cup. Then, my friends, the key ingredient, the Legion whey protein. This is a grass-fed whey protein. I just really like the ingredients on this. They're so clean. And again, I'm not perfect. I'm not saying that like I completely cut out all these things. I've just really been loving it. And since the milk already has 13 grams of protein, and this is 22 grams of protein per serving, I'm only gonna do half a scoop. So that means it's 11 grams. So this protein iced coffee will then equate to be 24 grams of protein, which is pretty incredible. The next part is like one of these little whiskers is so important because you've got to make sure that it is mixed in really, really well. But I make sure I mix it in really, really well. And you can see how much volume that created. That's what makes it taste so good, is like it makes it fluffy. I do not add the ice because I don't want to dilute the coffee. I'm gonna add the coffee to the milk so that it brings the temperature down. So when I add the ice, it doesn't like completely water it down. So I'm gonna do this over the sink because I typically make a mess doing this. Look at that gorgeous color. That's exactly what I wanna see. Now I'm going to add my ice. I like a lot of ice, okay? All right, let's look at how gorgeous. I just can't, it's so pretty. Oh, it's so good. Like this salty, the caramel, and then the coffee flavors together, and then this like creamy finish. It is just absolutely divine. I am obsessed. I am now a protein coffee advocate. Oh, also, I do like to sip on water throughout the day. This is a Simple Modern cup. I'll link this cup below. I absolutely love it. If you're a Stanley girl and you love how the Stanley keeps your ice and your water really cold, but it was just a little bit too bulky for you, you will love the Simple Modern. It fits in a cup holder. It keeps like, you hear that? I haven't put ice in this in probably 24 hours. And there's still ice in there. Keeps it nice and cold. And I've also noticed it doesn't leak as much. The top is still very open, so it will leak if you trip it over. And I do also have a Water Boy electrolyte in here. I am just obsessed with those electrolyte powders. I don't know why I didn't try them sooner. I always have some kind of electrolyte powder in there. All right. I'm gonna drink my coffee, go back to work. I will see you at lunchtime. Okay, it is now about 12:30. Was gonna have this breakfast, but then I was in meetings and I just didn't have time. So I went and tracked out the rest of my food for the day, including my lunch that I'll probably have around like 3, and then my dinner that I'll probably have around 7 or 8, and a snack. I don't need as much as I was gonna eat for breakfast to hit my macros. I'm just gonna make it like a snack version by cutting the portion in half. What I'm gonna have now is something that I've probably shared on here 1,000 times. If you follow me on TikTok, you've seen it. It is my cottage cheese with apple, cinnamon, and honey. It's just so perfect and satiating. I just love it so much. So that's what I'm gonna make right now. I also weigh my food if it's something that is pretty like calorie dense. Or like protein specific, I weigh it. Also, if you are not a cottage cheese person, it's probably because you haven't had the Good Culture cottage cheese. And I say that with love because I have oftentimes not been able to find this in the store, and I've had to get a different brand, and it's disgusting. I get why you won't like it. It is not appealing. It's literally like equal shaped curds in this like watery, milky substance. Gross. That is not Good Culture. Good Culture is so good because it is not uniform curds. It's like they're curds in their natural state in the wild. But I'll just give you kind of a view of this. If you don't like cottage cheese, now's the time to probably skip forward. Do you see the shape of the curds, how they're all different sizes? But mostly, do you see any water dripping off of this? Look at how thick that is. That is what makes it taste good. It is because it is like a thick cream. It's so different, and I cannot say enough good things about Good Culture. My typical morning like breakfast serving is 2 servings of this, which would be 28 grams of protein, but I'm only gonna do 1 serving, which is 110 grams. That is about 110 grams. Like, look at how little food that is and how much protein. 14 grams of protein in just this here. I cannot get over it. I know that everyone is sick of cottage cheese, but it's just so good. I will take a Honeycrisp apple. These are the best apples. I will take no argument to the contrary. And also, I have found when picking them, if I can find one that has this like yellow side and then the speckled side, they taste the best. Like they're the crunchiest. Also, I look for the ones that have like the striations in it. If it has these lines, it's gonna taste good. I'm probably only gonna cut like half of it. I think that's gonna be more than enough to put into there. I need to have the right like apple to cottage cheese ratio, if that makes sense. I'm looking for about 70 grams is what I tracked. Oh my God, 71. 71 on the dot. That's crazy. Clearly I've made this before. I know a lot of people say that like measuring food is like toxic, but I think it teaches you a true portion size so that when you are out without your scale, you can really estimate how much you're eating. And I think, at least I can speak for myself, that's what got me in the place that I'm at. Was I thought that I was eating normal portions of things until I measured out how much coffee creamer I was putting in. I was putting in like 5 tablespoons of coffee creamer into 1 cup of coffee, and I was having 2 coffees a day. That's over 200 calories worth of just coffee creamer. So it's like, it's those little things that once you start to measure it, you become more aware of it, and it helps you stay in a place where it's not limiting what you eat, but you're eating it in moderation. Anyways, that's my TED Talk on using a food scale. All right, now I just need some honey and some cinnamon. I think this is just gonna be like 10-ish grams of honey and then a good sprinkle of cinnamon. I know this seems like a crazy combo, but there's something about the creaminess of the cottage cheese with like the tart crisp of the apple and the spice of the cinnamon that just pairs so well together. I've not seen anyone else talk about it, and it's honestly just such a delicious little snack. Hits the spot every time. Okay, I'm gonna eat this. I have a meeting here in 15 minutes. Anyways, I'm gonna go enjoy this delicious snack. Put away those dishes. Now it's time to dirty some more dishes because it's time for lunch. It is 2:57, which means I'm eating my lunch at 3 o'clock. So that tracks because I usually eat dinner around 8. Let me show you what I am making for lunch today. I'm kind of taking the lazy route only because I need something quick, and I just happen to have these in my freezer. These are the Real Good gluten-free chicken tender strips. These are one of the few that it doesn't bother me. The ingredients are not my favorite, but they're not terrible. They taste really good. I do them in the air fryer at like 370 for 15 minutes, and they get good and crispy. And then I also found these Pura Vida vegetables. I'm sure I'm like the last to the internet to find these, but this has 3.5 servings in it, so I'll probably just cook up the whole thing. Yeah, I'm just gonna put this in a bowl with some of that chicken cut up, and then probably just drizzle it with some of the Japanese barbecue sauce. I'm preheating my air fryer, and while I do that, I'm gonna measure out the food. So 1 serving is 4 ounces, and I tracked 2 servings because they are 21 grams of protein per serving. So I'm gonna get 40 grams of protein. Okay, that's 2 ounces. That's 5.4 ounces. 7.5, that's close enough for me, and that's more than enough chicken. Technically 3 servings in here. I'm probably gonna take about half and then save the rest for lunch tomorrow. So it filled this container. So I'm just going to dump about half of that into, I have to eat my meals in a big bowl. I don't know what it is. I don't know why. That's gonna go aside for tomorrow's lunch. And now I'm going to cut up my chicken. I am just going to slice it and then put it on top of potatoes. Perfection. Okay. Which is this bachens, is that how you say it? Bachens? Japanese barbecue sauce. I made a TikTok using this as an Asian dressing for a salad, and it was so good that I cannot stop eating this now. So I'm just going to drizzle that on there. I might even do a little bit, getting crazy, of sriracha. I feel like the potatoes have such like a mild flavor that like it can really go with anything. Why not add some sesame seeds while I'm at it? All right, It's time for a taste test. Piece of chicken. Delicious. Super quick and easy meal. High protein. No excuses when it comes to being in calorie deficit and getting in your micro and macronutrients. Okay, well, I'm gonna go eat this, finish up some work that I have to do, and I will check in with you maybe for like snack time if I have a snack after the gym. To appreciate the adultness that is a garage fridge. I'm here for a sweet beverage of choice. Also, if I haven't mentioned this before, if you haven't tried the classic lemonade neutrals, chef's kiss. 10 out of 10, no notes, so freaking good. I am picking, I think yesterday I had a Diet Coke, so today I'm going to do a Diet Dr. Pepper. Okay, so I just did a walk. Ignore my pale legs, I'm self-tanning tonight. I'm gonna sit on the couch and actually edit this vlog that you're watching right now. It is about 7 o'clock and I'm not quite ready for dinner, but I need a little snack. So I made a little snack of some strawberries and a string cheese. So I'm gonna eat this, watch Jersey Shore. I restarted it from the beginning and it's comical yet really, really degrading at the same time. Probably have dinner around 8:30, so this should hold me off until then. And just like that, I am magically tan again. Also, I don't know if I've mentioned these before. I know this is not like a regular vlog, but I feel like I have to share it. These are the Hanes pajamas. They're like boxer style shorts with like a boxy tee. Obsessed. I have them in 3 colors. They're my favorite summertime pajamas. So lightweight, so breathable, just absolutely perfect. And obviously black for self-tan day. It is now 9:30. First of all, I did not intend to wash my hair, but I got in the shower and I was like, I should probably wash my hair. You know, those kind of days. But if you want to learn more about my acne journey and everything that has happened, will be happening, all of those updates are going to be in an upcoming vlog. So stay tuned for that. I'm gonna make dinner right now. Luckily, all I have to do is reheat some food because I already meal prepped it yesterday. I'm eating much later than I wanted to because again, didn't plan on washing my hair, but here we are. And I still have plenty of editing to do. I'm not gonna go to bed until probably like 11. So at least I won't be going to bed on a full stomach. Let me take you through my dinner. We are doing my taco bowls. I'm obsessed. I can't go literally more than 3 days without having one. So I figured I would show you how I make it. Need cheese, put fresh onion because I put onion on everything, paste salsa because I'm obsessed, and some sour cream. I just cooked up some 93.7 ground beef. I drained it. I add onions and jalapenos and like saute that in with the meat. And then the Siete spicy taco seasoning. It is unmatched. So I'm gonna do about 6 ounces of this. That's what I have tracked. That's about 6 ounces. I'm just gonna heat it up in the microwave. Forgot I have an open avocado. Is that what you call it, an open? Is it open? Is it half an avocado? I don't know. While it's still hot, I like to add my cheese. I just use this kind from Sprouts. It's like a cheddar jack. I add in salsa, my paste salsa. I'm not shy about how much salsa I put on here because I just love it so much. I almost like this to be like a 7-layer dip because I eat it with tortilla chips. Then I'm gonna top it with my fresh onion. Then I'm gonna add my avocado, dollop of sour cream. All right, that's what she looks like. It's not pretty, sorry, the sour cream fell over when I was trying to show it, but this is it. And then I will eat it with tortilla chips. So I like to kind of like mix it up. Again, I like it to be like a dip. That's what makes it the fun type meal because you're like eating dip for dinner, but it's like over 30 grams of protein. Once it's kind of mixed up, I will just get a chip. It slaps every time. I just finished dinner. I couldn't decide if I was gonna have a piece of chocolate. Let me show you the chocolate I would eat if I was gonna have a piece of chocolate. There's 2 that I really, really love. The ingredients are actually pretty clean. It looks like a raccoon got to this one, but this is the Hue Almond Crunch. This is my #1 favorite. Sometimes when that's out of stock, I will get this one. I don't even know the brand. What brand is this? I'm feeling pretty satiated from what I ate. I feel like I ate all day long, but I was not like to a point where I was like starving. I'm gonna end off my vlog here. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you like these kind of videos. Apologies for this. I have the skin filter on, so like if I move away or if like my hand goes in front, you can kind of see my skin is just on one these days. And again, I will share more about that journey here in an upcoming vlog, but I'm going to wait for my hair to kind of air dry more. I might make myself a cup of tea and then head to bed. So thanks for watching. Love you. See you next time.